Hello and welcome back to my Factorio Megabase stream. We'll get loaded up straight away. So, two things. Two things. Firstly, I may have to cut this short. Firstly, my neighbour is still building their fence just outside the window, so there may be some hammering, that sort of thing. The other thing is that, as I say, I may have to cut this short because I still feel atrocious. The stream yesterday was a bit of a mess because basically I had my first COVID vaccine in the morning and I thought I was fine, but as the stream went on, I felt more and more not good, shall we say, and basically I realised after the stream that it was side effects, and although they're mostly gone, I still don't feel great. So if I can manage to get to 3 hours, that would be awesome. I suspect I may run out of steam. I also suspect I may not be doing a lot of talking. But I wanted to do it anyway. I wanted to do something fun today. It's mostly been about sort of laying in bed, not feeling great. Not that I'm saying in any way, shape or form that you shouldn't get a COVID vaccine. It's just that what I hadn't appreciated is the symptoms are very common. As in, like 1 in 10 people gets symptoms, side effects, sorry, which is quite a lot when you think about it. And in my case, it's like I've had flu. Basically, it feels like I've been suffering with flu. Even though I haven't. I mean, I haven't got a temperature, but I feel feverish. If you see what I mean. It's been very strange. But it completely. I mean, I didn't get any sleep last night really at all because I was, you know the thing when you got flu and you feel really cold but you're really hot, and then you feel really hot but you're really cold and all sweaty and all that sort of stuff. It was very much like that. So the basic thing that I want to try and do today is to restart science. Okay, we've not done any science in ages. Yesterday's stream, thankfully, considering that what I was, all I was really doing was kind of, putting some walls around for if and when we get biter attacks. I did forget to kill off these worms here, so hopefully there won't be a problem. But basically, what I want to do is essentially redirect both these. So we've got a production bit here that is some iron plate and some copper, and some green circuits, some steel, that sort of thing. So what I want to do, I want to take that over to the other side, over to the bus, and sort of start feeding it in there. And that hopefully will let us restart science, essentially. So I kind of need to decide, it's kind of decided already. We're going to be building on this side, so I may have to do some land filling. And I'll be putting things like my temporary green circuit build there. So to do both of those things, I want to change these RoboPort connections so that it's connected at the bottom here, and also change, send all of the belts around again. And then I can take all of this down. Basically, we can use this area for trains and smelting and all that sort of lovely stuff. I say that's the plan. Quite how far I get with that today, I'm not entirely sure. Because as mentioned, I'm still not feeling great. What I do want to find is the old upgrade planner that we've got kicking about somewhere in our blueprint book. So that's the... There it is. Because I want to kind of upgrade these, because I left them as yellow circuits at the end here, so we want to kind of upgrade them, and then we want to take the lines over. So having turtled us up, I could get rid of all of these defences as well, and obviously we'll have to do that at some point, but not too fussed about doing it just yet. You're not going to pick them up. Okay. Okay. Do want to get rid of that. Coolio. Yes, I suspect we're probably not going to have anything like enough. Oh, I've got loads of... Oh, I said at the end I was going to probably empty my inventory of last episode, but I didn't in the end, so I got a whole inventory full of rubbish. So we get rid of... Oh, I'm going to get rid of all of this. Get the bots to take it away for us. Bosh, bosh, bosh. And I don't really need all of this. In fact, I should be able to get rid of all of that. Do I need 2 stacks of gun turrets? Probably not. Don't need the yellow belt. We'll have to upgrade. We'll have to get a system going to upgrade all of that. Don't really need all of those. Yellow inserters or power piles probably do need big. Oh, shouldn't you be? Oh no. So that needs to go like that, doesn't it? There we go. I don't really need all of them lights. So you're going to need lots of roboports. I'm not sure how many there are, but let's stick that on 30. And then loads of red belt. Loads of red belt. What happened there? So what? Let's put it on, say, 1,000 for the time being. I'm sure that's kicking about in the system somewhere. That's all we really need, I guess, for the time being. Oh, I guess, well, big pound piles I can go and grab. God, I don't need the bots to do that for me. Right, there we go. Let's just grab some of them. Oh. Crikey. Being swarmed by bots. How are we doing? So, have I got 30 of them yet? No, I haven't got any of them. I can grab them, I think, can't I? Yeah, they're only nearby, so let's just grab them. Let's take that job off, and are we nearly done? We got all... No, 244 on the way. Let's just crack on with it, and then come back, I'm sure. Right, so we want to take this sort of near the coast. All the way up here. Trying to take it all the way out the way because I want to use all of this space for smelting and all that sort of stuff. So I'll take that out, well out of the way. And then if I go, what the heck? Oh, it's rocks, isn't it? If I go just along the edge there, that should be. Oh no, slightly too far. That should be okay. Is that gonna? No, there's a bit of water there, so we want to miss that. Let's put this up here. I'll get the bots to this eventually. I'm just doing this one thing by hand so that I know where I'm going. So we want to, I guess, go through the trees really. So let's go and grenade the trees. How far over? Oh, loads further over. Oops. Don't blow yourself up. Cool. Okay. More belt. So this is iron plate, isn't it? So I need to connect this to the furthest over, really. Sneak through there. And then... Oh, plenty far over. So say the idea is to sort of just use the smelting that we've, the temp smelting that we've already got, so I can get science moving again. So it wants to be sort of. In fact, actually, let's go and do it backwards. Should get in my car really, but not sure I can be bothered. Right, so Oh, more grenades. I don't know, put all these trees in the way. Right, so if the first two are going to be our iron and copper, we need to be coming down here. Yep. It's a shotgun then. There we go. So this is iron, isn't it? I think. Oh. More grenade. Oh, I've blown myself up again. Oh, slightly too far. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Right. Oh, except not enough. Right, so this is where we want the bots to come in. So we need to connect this all up with robo ports and then get it all blueprinted in so that we can bring all the rest of it over. It's quite a distance actually. I hadn't quite tweaked the scale there. I did find that with the map. It's a bit difficult to tell the scale sometimes. So if we connect literally just along the path, I think that'll do us. Alright, here we go. Yeah, might as well. I'll put these in and then connect them up with power. And then we'll pop you in there. And so we'll use our blueprints to sort of take it over. If I... Oh. That's annoying. Okay, let's do it there then. Doesn't quite connect if I put it there. So let's put this one here. And click that one there. There we go, so connect this up as well. Get that in the right place. Excellent. You forget how slow the bots are to start with. I always get used to them being like instantaneous and having the Mark II robo ports and stuff, and it all sort of, you know, being super quick. Oops. Couple of stragglers. Oh, I guess you're getting the wood, are you? Oh yeah. Didn't take all of that stuff out. Right. And then we want one there. And there. Oh. There you go. Oops. Oh, crikey. I guess let's do something like that. Right. Pop this around here. guess they're going to fill in the bit. Oh, where am I going? So if we, so this needs to be connected here, doesn't it? We do that. Why are you saying low charge? Actually, let's put it on the top. Make it easy to run over. Nearly there. One more. I might as well double connect this. Just in case. Don't think there's any missed. Don't think I've missed any power connections. What's that moaning about there? Not having. Oh, I guess. Yeah, because they're undergrounds. Have I got? I haven't got any undergrounds on me. So if I make some undergrounds. Because I'm not producing those automatically, so. Oh, that's going to take ages. Let's cancel that. And just do one. Yeah, okay. And then somebody should be able to fill that in. There we go. That's all connected. Right, so the ones we want to take over. Actually, let's do the blueprint in first. Because I can use this. Where is it? That one there. So I can take it that way. In fact, will that fit? I don't think I can tell, can I? So of course the copper's on the other side. Let us, if I take it that way like that. Actually, I'll turn my own bots off so they don't do it for me. I'll have to do some sort of spaghetti madness to get these in the right order, but we'll do that in a minute. Right, and then that should be a corner, which is the wrong way around. Bottom. Right, okay. Right. And where's my blueprint? There's my blueprint. Up here. Now, is that going to be the right way around this time? Yeah, there we go. Keep pressing the Q key rather than... There we go. I think I'll have to add an extra line, won't I? So if I've got copper, red and green. I guess I could bring plastic over as well. In fact, I could bring all of them except... Whoops. Thingy. Oh, there we go. Now this is going to be the wrong way around, isn't it, again? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So let's put that in. Like so. Oh. Oh. They're collecting the ammo. I wonder what was going on there. So. Just trying to keep an eye on the mini-map so I don't go too far up. If we take it up to say about there-ish, that'll do us. So if I'm gonna, what am I gonna put on this? I'm gonna bring the, because I think I need an extra line, don't I? So copper I need to have on there. I could bring the plastic and red over, so that's 3. So green is 4. 1, 2. So, but I also want steel, so I do need an extra line really. Okay. So let's add that in. Go in the other way. blueprint. There we go. Should we let these then do their job rather than have chasing me all around the place? I'm guessing. Yeah. Need to keep an eye out. I'm wondering if maybe. Oh, that looks like it's okay. Because if I keep it, if I accidentally create a sort of dead zone here, the bots will just fly back and forth. It should be okay. I think when they get into sort of here-ish, this is closer, so they are linking over. And they're trying to go down there. So it's really, are these construction bots just flying backwards and forwards? I could just tack an extra thing on. Looks like they might be. Although those are okay, aren't they? I think I'm going to tack an extra roboport on down there just in case. Are we done? Oh, not quite. Oh, what happened there? I think the trees diverted me. I thought it was meant to... Unless that's an option you have to turn in. I thought it was meant to... Yeah, isn't it meant to stick with... You know, keep the belt... Unless it doesn't apply for blueprints, maybe? Because isn't it meant to... When you do a thing, even if you move... Oh, it mustn't apply to blueprints. Because that should be moving down. Huh. Just assumed it applied to all of them. Right, so we want this corner. Is this the right corner? Yes. There we go. There we go. So if that's coming through, my apologies on the audio. My neighbour is... Well, he's actually dismantling a shed as well. I hadn't understood that. But he's rebuilding the fence out there. I didn't want to tell him not to because the fence is in a real state. So I'd rather that he did it and it was a little bit noisy on the stream. Right. So, get rid of all of that. So I need to divert that round, don't I? But I'm going to need another one of them to do that. So, put that like that. And then we'll take that run there. And if I mean, I want the green circuits, no. Yeah, green circuits next, really. Then the steel. Because we might as well align these with where they're ultimately going to go. And it's this one I'm going to need to spaghetti round, aren't I? If I build another 2 of these, so I can take that a bit further back, like so. And then we can have another one there. Take that round. Oh, that round. Oh, it's yellow, isn't it? So let's pop that in instead. Like that. Pop that around there. Cool. Is that going to work? So I've got plastic and red coming up. I've got iron plate, copper plate, green circuit, steel. So I think those are the basics. The question, as I say, is whether these bots are going to be filling this all in, or is this all proving a bit problematic? Let's go and stick a couple of roboports in there, which are there. So where do we want these? Say, maybe if I put one sort of here. Put one there. Ah. Oh, I turned my bots off, didn't I? That's why. So that's powered up. And then maybe put one, would that make sense? Maybe just vertically up. I'm just trying to avoid the dead zone of bots flying like this, basically, where they're running out of power. Eventually they'll be sort of fast enough that it doesn't matter. Is that helping? Looks like it's improving things. We could maybe do one on the corner there. To help things out even more. And let's power it up. Not ideal, because I was hoping to avoid having too much in this area, so I could do my building, but I can always come and pick these three up. Yeah, so that looks like that's probably helping. So it'll take them a while to fill all of that out. Not too long though. Right. In which case, let's go on science, which means going and picking up all of our existing science and moving it over there. I should get in my car, really. I keep thinking that, but then I'd probably end up crashing into a roboport and causing untold disaster. I do love these bot swarms flying about doing stuff. It feels very productive, even though it's probably massively inefficient, really. Right, so where is our science and laboratories? Here we go. So let's pick up all the inserters first. Let's get rid of that, so it's not going to make any more science. And inserters as well. Oops, inserters as well. And get rid of all of this. Oh, missed the inserters. Pick that up. Might as well grab those lights. How are we doing? So just the red ones on the actual labs. And the labs. Keep wandering into the roboport area, so they're trying to pick up the whatever trash I've still got. We get rid of this. There you go. Poor things, eh? Get all of that. Might as well pick up all these labs. Beakers, rather, not labs. I could get my bots to do it, but the problem is there'd be so many construction orders. Oh, too full. So many construction orders, it would assign them to... lucky bot. To random bots in the system. Get rid of them. I'll just dump all of this out, basically. Right. Oh, get rid of that as well. And then Is that everything? Yeah. So just get rid of those few. Yeah, cool. Right, all of this. Oh, I haven't. Oh, of course, I need to. Oh, I've disconnected my power, haven't I? Dear, oh dear. Disconnected everything. It's not very good. Oh, unless I know that's because I've got no power whatsoever, isn't it? Because so many bots going on and doing their thing rather than it not being properly connected. I think. Yeah, it's got itself stuck in a feedback loop, basically. It's all right. Yeah, it's because I've completely maxed it out. I thought the number of panels I put down last stream would sort us out, but I guess not. Wrong thing. Ah. Why? I've disconnected something more serious there, haven't I? Because why is that 52 and that 121? Right, I've obviously properly disconnected. Oh, I have, look. This is not connected here, so those solar panels are not connected. When did that get disconnected? Huh. Let's go and stick another thing in there then. So I wonder when that got disconnected. Oh, I guess it was when I was doing all this over here. I bet that stopped everything. Right, so put that there and that there. Right, so that should connect to all of that. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. Huh. The classic. The absolute classic. Yeah, I need to pick up the old military science as well. What are you doing? Have they been trying to... I guess they've been trying to find me for ages. I know I lost a few when I was doing all that biter clearance the other day. Yesterday. I could leave all this here, but feels tidier to do it this way, really. Right, so I still want all the military products. I just don't want to make military science out of them over here. Oh, out of room again. Let's actually do that more sensibly. Got another loggy bot. It's because I've probably picked up some more there. Because when you're running around with right mouse button depressed, you accidentally pick them out of the air. Pick this up and this and that. So that's all the science picked up. Yeah, okay. So let's head over. Let's use the car this time. See if I can avoid crashing into anything too important. Okay, so if we have science down here, it's an upgrade banner, not a thingy. What's that going to look like? So get rid of all of these trees and etc. So what I normally do is have a bit of space here. And then effectively do a counter bus. I don't know. That's not really a sensible phrase, but essentially, because you see, I've left a bit of space. The idea being that when I pull off of the bus, if they'll fit, I hope I've planned this out properly. Where's all my rail stuff? Yeah, no, it doesn't quite fit, does it? But the idea was that essentially we would use this space to do balances, basically. This is what would go in here. And so anything coming over this line is balanced. This line meaning if that will run through. So many cogs. So yeah, so the idea being, as I say, that anything coming across there is balanced. And what I would, as I usually then do, let's just do it with a regular one, is I have a line of belts running counter to the normal flow of the bus. And this is where the science comes back again, essentially. So what we need to do, I've got a blueprint for that, haven't I? Which is there. So this one, oops. There's got to be some option of getting that to stick on, as it were. Right, so I want to put my bolts on. The question really is, I'm going to put, I think I put the science here. And it's what sort of design do I want to go for? Because obviously we want to end up with them beaconed eventually, but we've not got the beacon technologies yet. It's doing that because I've not got any science selected. So what's going to be our target? What do we want to do first when we eventually get science running? I guess beacons would be the most useful, but I would actually quite like to buff military in some way. So if we go in military 4, it does take gold science though. Yeah, let's go in military 4. This is our sort of objective for getting science back up and running. So say the question would be, I could use, because they're the same size, aren't they? So I could use them as a sort of template for beaconing. And it's 3, isn't it, the range of a beacon? Is that right? So that's 2, yeah. It's good to do without an actual beacon. And if we end up, maybe if I, it normally ends up something like that. With the beacons. One, two. So basically, also I use yellows because they're just easier to put together. So if we have something like that, it doesn't work, does it? Because we're going to end up with, so I usually put them on either side of the bus, either side of the belt. So I end up with red, green. It is 4 usually, isn't it? So we end up, if we want 4 coming down, in the wrong place. We need something like that. I think I might think about that later. Once I've actually got beacons, it's a lot easier to do that mentally. So in that instead, I'll just put a stack of labs. And I say I'll come and do we'll eventually get beacons. Sort of beaconed version, basically. Actually, is that going to work? I could feed them through, couldn't I? Let's just do one of them. Nice and simple. So given I'm feeling rotten, I'm not massively up for doing bonkers designs. So I'll just do something. Why am I putting them one apart? One more. No. There we go. There we go. That'll do. And then we want. Let's use fast. Copy and paste that. Oh, I don't think I've got. No, I haven't got substations yet. I have to research them as well then. There. Let's pop a few lights in as well. Okay. I might just set up. Oh, I can't, can I? I keep thinking I can set up a. Oh, these are all done. Okay. A little requester chest to bring stuff down, but I haven't got blooming requester chests yet. So I want to set up a little thing to make underground belts, but just the red ones are so expensive. So this will be up there, I guess. And then this one I need to split. Oops. And then we want probably, which way around is this? So plastics on the, no, got that in the wrong place. Plastics on the, should we, actually let's do red, oh I need undergrounds again, you see. I could at least order up some cocks, I guess. Bygone. I mean, first thing I'll build after sort of, you know, building the science, as it were, is blooming belts and stuff. It's a bit sort of chicken and egg. I usually like to build the actual science areas, even if I can't actually supply them with the things they need, and then build my normal stuff, as it were, so belts and then inserters and da-da-da-da. But spacing it out can be a little tricky, essentially, because you know, what I usually try and do, or what I used to try and do, is I would put a little marker on of whichever science. Excuse me. Where's science? Where are you? There you go. So I put a little marker on, you see, saying where I wanted the red science to be, but I always found that it never matched up. So, you know, we could put, the idea would be, let's put them all on and I'll show you the sort of problem eventually. So you have to guess how big it's going to be, and I always got it completely wrong. It always takes up way more room than you expect. Let's do military, I guess. There. I'm, you know, I say, and I'm going to build the things, even though I can't actually supply everything that they need. And then we'll just basically set up all of the... See, I'm probably leaving way too much space there. But we'll set up... Actually, I want yellow first, probably. And then... purple. And what... I mean, usually... I say that'll be way off. You know, this will be smaller and this will be bigger and blah, 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 blah. But what I usually end up doing... So, in fact, I might as well... Are they done... Oh. Cancel. Are they done supplying me with stuff? No, it's nowhere near. So I say what I usually try and do is build a temporary like green science station here, and we'll use the secondary lines. So have I put the copper on the wrong place there? No. So we'll have iron, a second line of iron here and second line of copper, which to start with, you know, I'll be diverting over to make green circuits. And then eventually, when we've got an actual separate production area, separate factory to make green circuits, which we'll be training in, I can then use those on the main bus, basically. What was I trying to do? Oh yeah, so I say what I usually do is a couple of areas of add a tag. So a couple of sort of green science, green circuit production areas, and then a red circuit production area next to them, and then one for blue circuits. And I say, if we're going to Megabase, so we need to be replacing all of these, but this just means it's a lot simpler to get things running. I say those will be completely inaccurate as to where things are going, but and then so what I then try and do is have my rockets basically up here, because what will happen is all the stuff what I try and do is do it in priority order. So let's do them first. So, you know, I'll try and make belts and inserters first, because they're the most important things. And then we'll have, you know, assembly machines. Then we'll probably have power stuff, which, well, let's put it in as a nuclear thing. Or that will be all of them, so it'll be, you know, solar panels and accumulators and all that sort of stuff. And then it'll be military stuff. And then, what do I normally do then? It then gets a bit random, to be honest with you. It's then sort of everything else. I mean, the power. There'll be some, you know, nuclear processing going on here as well, and all that sort of stuff. So say it'll take up way more room than that. I mean, this bus, it seems big, but it will be at least twice as big, probably 3 times as big by the time we're doing. So these are way off in terms of space requirements. Have I got? Yeah, I've got them now, so I can make a couple of them nice and easy. Which way around? So if I do, say, plastic first, so I need that to be other way around, isn't it? So that's plastic. There we go. And then red circuits would be this one. So we might as well stick these on the bus. If I can get the things right. Although production, I mean, look at that. It's like 5 green circuits an hour. Right, so if we leave a bit of space, and when I eventually have some inspiration for whatever science is going to look like in the end, I can always build it down the bottom anyway. Got loads of room there. I tried to resist my instincts to, you know, mine that copper. Yeah, so red science first. So, what's that going to look like? We want to leave a bit of space to make whatever science build we've got, just in case. Because the other option, sometimes what I do is I build the rockets here. So rather than, you know, have the rockets all the way up here somewhere. I mean, so they'll actually be way up here, but, you know, theoretically there. And then what I do is I'll run the white science down. And it's just, I quite like to do it that way nowadays, but what I have done before is have the rockets here, have the rocket silos here, and then you can feed the science in directly. The reason I don't tend to do that is because then you have to feed down all of your rocket silo, your rocket parts and your control units and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, it's sort of almost damned if you do, damned if you don't. At least this way we're essentially buffering lots of white science rather than, you know, having to massively overproduce rocket parts in order to fill a belt. Right, so let's leave, say, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at least, and then we want to try and align this so that it's not too badly spaced there. The sort of general principle I try to follow. Actually, let's stop being silly, and let's go up to this factory, and let's make some underground belts, because it's kind of silly me making them super slow. So I was making pipes, wasn't I? Oh. So, where can we tack on? Maybe what we could do is, rather than... How many's in there? Oh, it's quite full. How am I... Oh, what I could do is I could have a long-handed there. Yeah, okay. And then this, what's on there? It's just loads and loads of... Oh, no, I don't need... I need... Ah, okay. That'll be easier then. So that's 5 transport belts. So if I do that, I need iron plate as well. So actually, it would be better to do that. It's going to be a bit spaghetti, this, I think. So if this is underground belts. Oh. And it also needs iron plate, doesn't it? Yeah. And then we can feed that into a chest. I need another one, which is that one. And then we can have that be red undergrounds. And we've got cogs there. Brilliant. And that's not powered, so it's not working. There we go. So do that. Oops, I'll cap that at, say, 2 lots. It'll take ages because it needs ridiculous numbers of cogs. Oh, I don't know, they are keeping up. I could stick, I've got some stack inserters, haven't I? There we go. Yes, that's too slow now. I could move that. Double that up. Is that going to cope? Yeah, that's coping. Limit that to 1. We don't want millions of them. And how are you doing? You do need more cogs, so how about a stack inserter as well? Yep, okay, so it's keeping up. So we'll take whatever it's made now. Oh, I could stick them in, couldn't I, as well? Pop them in now. There we go. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh. I'll leave them to it. Right, so. Dash down. Getting to the territory where I need a belt immunity thing, but can't be bothered. Right, so. What I usually do, how I sort of generally arrange my science builds at this stage. I'm a big one for leaving space, or trying to leave space. This is cogs and copper plate, and obviously copper plate is coming down, but the sort of general principle of what I try and do is essentially never to cross streams, or try and avoid crossing streams. So, for example, if we are bringing red science out here, I mean, there's different ways of doing it, obviously, but what I try and do is essentially feed the products in there. So these are quite slow. You know, it takes 5 seconds each. And of course, a red belt can supply, is it 60? I always forget. It might be 45. I always forget the numbers. That's 30. So it's 15, yeah, 15, 30. So it can supply 30 items a second. But obviously, that's 15 per side. So in theory, we've got, you know, lots of headroom for them, basically, because they're 5 seconds each. So, you know, if we could potentially support 15 of the labs, I won't make that many, but we have headroom essentially, so we can bring in all of the things that we need to make science on one line and then feed them out there. And as I say, what I'm trying to do generally is avoid crossing the streams, okay? Because you get into horrible belt spaghetti if you do. Now, I say this is not optimal, final, you know, Megabase, you know, type situations. This is just to get. Basically, this is taking us up to rockets. Oh, hello there. Is that Jackie the Epic? I've seen many videos of Spiffing Brit, I think you mean, and other channels of this game. Hello, my brother. Hello to you. Glad to have you. I want to follow as well. Sorry, I didn't spot that. Thank you very much for the follow. So what I'm doing, just to catch you up, I've had another viewer all stream. I don't know who that is, and no pressure. Don't have to say hello, but I'm, you know, a bit of a lurker myself, watching on Twitch and stuff. But yeah, the idea of this series is I'm eventually going to get to a Megabase. I've played lots and lots of hours. But I cannot afford this game. Oh, really? It's I mean, obviously, yeah, you know, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, and I think it's quite a good one to watch on stream because it's quite easy to follow along what's going on. But the thing I would say is incredible value for money. I've played 1,600 hours, so 1,600 hours of Factorio. And it cost me, when I bought it, it was £15, you know, British pounds sterling. So is that a penny an hour? Something like that. So it's incredible value for money. It's obviously gone up. It's £30, I think, now. Oh, my parents have banished PayPal because my brother has spent father's money on Team Fortress 2. Oh dear. That's microtransactions, is it? Yeah, they're a bit difficult, microtransactions. Bit sort of unethical. Yeah, so we're building the red signs there. So I say the idea of this isn't, you know, heavily beaconed and all that sort of stuff. It's really just trying to get some science going so that we can launch a rocket. And once I've launched a rocket, then my big goal is to, you know, build the Megabase. As I say, I've played 1,600 hours, but I've never actually made a Megabase. So thousands of science packs have been it. So that's what I want to do ultimately with this stream. But it's meant to be a completely vanilla playthrough. I'm completely starting, you know, with a brand new map. You know, whatever it was, 11 episodes ago. There's no mods or anything like that. Do you have Steam Valve key for game? I know where I can get discount. No, I'm afraid not. So I'm not sort of affiliated with the, you know, Wilby or anything like that. I say I wouldn't. Unfortunately, or fortunately, they don't do discounts basically, and I'm not. I know there are key resellers, but that's not something I think is something I support really. I mean, I understand, you know, games are expensive, but you know. Yes. So what we want to do. So I want to leave a little bit of a gap to enable me to put beacons in, basically, and then because we want gears to build these, we'll have a little gears factory here, basically, and this will be a combined line of copper and gears. No, sorry, I'm not gonna. I won't buy you the game now. Pounds is, so I don't know if you know the United Kingdom or Britain. That's our currency. Right. So we want that to be in, and then all the way around. That to be out. Other way. Oops. Yeah, so let's put them on. What are we doing? So we want cogs, don't we? Now I seem to have got. I think one is fine. It's half a second crafting time, and we're going to need 2 a second. So not 1, 2. Sorry, is fine. And same principle again. So I sort of repeat this principle over and over again. Essentially, that you know, you go in and out through the central channel as much as you can, and then obviously when you've got too many products to feed in, you know, we go down the outside, and that then allows, but only one if at all possible, because that then means beacons. When we eventually get beacons, we can just stick them down the outside. speed everything up. Right, so that wants to be copper coming off of there. So where's it gonna need to line it up with? Got that in the wrong place. There. So that's going to be the copper coming off here, and then we want our blueprint like so. Wrong place. Like that. There we go. And then put that under there. And then the science line is there, isn't it? Yeah, so put that there. Cool. I also need some iron plate for that, so what I can actually do is move this over a bit. That would make more sense, I think. So that becomes the iron plate line, and this is the copper line. Take that over there. No, that wants to be like that, doesn't it? There we go. And then that's copper coming off there. We want another one of them. Oops. Like so. Alright, I want to hook all this up if it's going to do anything, but I need fast inserters. I've done that the wrong way around, haven't I? So that needs to be in, and that's out. Cool. Let's connect all this up. Like so. I'll probably pop some lights in. Right, what I will do, I'll put up a thing here, because I've always got chests and chests worth of science packs, so I can stick them all in. What I'm looking for, there we go. And there. Get it to stick them all on the system as well. So that's coming in, that's fine, that's good. You're grabbing red science, brilliant. So first science packs we've been making for quite a while. What's next? Next must be green science. What gap was I leaving there? Was it correct? Yeah. Cool. So same again, we want enough space for beacons to go in. So one down. Alright, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. So this is the green science side of things. So if the output is there, but I want it to go on the other side, don't I? So no. No, there we go. So that'll output it on the correct side, as it were. That needs to be green science. Oh, I've done it again. There we go. Is it 6 of these or 7? I can't remember. It's 6, isn't it? So we need. Just trying to do sort of, I mean, approximately. Because obviously these have a different crafting time, but just trying to do approximately 2 a second, something along those lines. again, same sort of principle really, that products we will feed down. And I generally do sort of dedicated production here, because we could of course use you know, whatever belts and, you know, inserters we produce here and feed them down. But I say I just generally tend to prefer doing sort of dedicated production really. Now, there is commonality between belts and inserters that we can take advantage of. Now, they take twice as long, so they're 0.5 seconds for one, and they're 0.5 seconds for two. So really we should have 2 to 1, but I think that's overproduction anyway. We don't need that many, but we might as well, just because. So yeah, so again, we have the belts coming out here, coming out there. So we want iron plate and gear wheels. Now, iron plate we can bring from the bus, but gear wheels we don't have on the bus. You can do. I just tend not to bother. Tend to make them locally each time. Right, so I can copy and paste, if it will let me, that, and hopefully just change the recipe again. Hopefully this is okay. Oh, I guess what I should do is I should put roboports to cover everything here as well, just temporarily. Partly in case, so if we get attacked or whatever, then, you know, they'll be able to rebuild stuff, but also any things we've got in the system to make parts, as it were. The bots, and that aren't in my inventory, the bots will do for us. I might put some orders on actually as well. So usually down at the base here, at the bus, I'll put on some 4-lane balancers and all that sort of stuff, and also do some little cheeky little chests basically to stick stuff in for personal use. I say that'll be, we'll do that all once we've got our smelting all set up. Actually, let's pop another one of them in like that. Why have you not got any power? Oh, okay. You have got power. What are you moaning about then? And then another little chest with green science on it, which is, yes, that's correct. Bosh. Bosh. Right. So, we need to bring some iron gear wheels over here. So, iron plate over here. So, what we can do... I need to do that, don't I? So, if I move that one down... Confusing myself there. Now, obviously, we want a balancer. No, not that. Here. So I have to just weave around a little bit. We don't really have to do these nowadays, but I'd quite like to have a sort of even draw, basically. But yeah, what we then do, so another 2, 3, 2. We have another little production area for cogs, or gear wheels, whatever you want to call them, like so. And we'll feed green circuits down the back. And that's there, isn't it? So I need to... I mean, actually, no, I don't. I can do that. Because this is now 3 lanes long. 3 lanes wide, rather. Where's me? There we go. So it's 3 to 4 to there, basically, and then past there it actually becomes 3. Yeah. Oops. Cool. Okay. So this is cogs. To me, they'll forever be cogs. I will happily die on that hill. Right, so we want more iron plate there. I should put this on my blooming hotbar rather than constantly going to the... So make that them. Actually, don't I have to do it like this? Is that right? Yeah. Because you can't do it generically. So if that's iron gear wheels, isn't it? Yeah. Run out of them now as well. Let's order up some green circuits as well. Let's do that. Did I copy and paste that? I can't remember. Why do you not have power? You don't have power because that's not connected. Don't put it on the floor. Right, so that's now working. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Of course I need, that's right. Green circuits, that's what we're missing. That's what we're missing. That is the badger. Oh, I could order up them as well. Now that we have some production going on. Oi! Why did you do that? What are we moaning about here? Oh. Yeah, okay. Splitter. I've got iron plate, yeah. Splitter, splitter, splitter. So that's the circuits coming in. I need to put them in. minute. I guess that was misaligned. That didn't quite make sense. Where's these green circuits? So I'm like producing 5 of those an hour or something ridiculously slow. So it looks like it's backed up, but really isn't. Oh. Why are you not making? Oh, helps if you get the things the right way around. That's why. So that's belts for green circuits. That's not very good. Something's got mixed up there. So that's on the left side. That's on the right side, isn't it? Yeah. Guess just some temporary error. And are you all running? Look like you're running. I could stick. I have got prod modules in, but I mean, slow them down. But free science is always free science. In fact, we could probably order some of them up actually. And some of them. Cool. And yeah, let's pop. Oh, I could put it in there as well. Of course. Okay, so we have ridden green science on the go. Next, what did we put? So at the moment they're relatively accurate in terms of the thing. There's a lot of slow frames for some reason. I hope that's from some time ago. Right, yes, so military next then, okay. And the same deal again. And then we'll do 2 there, so see, as I say, what I try to do as a general principle is line everything up, leave space, you know, to try and put beacons in and that sort of thing, and then attempt to follow this principle that you go in one direction and out in the other, because what I tended to find when I was sort of new to the game, is you would make things and you would think more in terms of you go in one direction and out in the same direction. Why have we got all this belt here? So, you know, you would go in like that and then you'd also go out like that. So what you'd end up with is you're making things. Oops. So stuff's coming in, you know, you're making it and you're sticking it on the other belt and it's coming out the bottom here. And then you find yourself, well, actually, I want to, you know, take it over here somewhere. Yeah? So you would then find that you would have to, you know, the logical thing you would do is go up like this. But then you would find that the things you're building here, or you needed to extend this production, you know, so you only got sort of a few things in there, and you're like, oh no, I need more of these, and you would have no easy way of adding to that. You would have to do some, you know, thing where you're then going back again, and it's, you know, it's spaghetti basically. That's how you get heavy, you know, full-on spaghetti, but which is fine. It's not you know, it's not a problem. It's, you know, it's a perfectly valid way of doing things. It's just it gets very confusing very quickly if you don't have a system. I find, you know, if you're not organising things in a particular way, and you know, it's it's a case of sort of deciding how you want to do things. So, as I say, I tend to make cogs, gear wheels, locally, you know, but you can make them, you know, over here somewhere and just stick them on your bus. You know, it's up to you to decide what you want to put on your bus and how to do it. And like science, I could move the science up to the end. You know, these belts don't have to run counter to the direction. And if I did that, you know, when I eventually do the white science, I wouldn't have to bring it as far down. The problem is, as I say here, predicting exactly where the labs would need to be is really difficult. It's very, very difficult to sort of position things. What is our pollution doing? Yeah, we're not doing too bad. You know, and I say it's just about the sort of compromises you want to make, really, and how you want to do it. Right, so we probably need some more of these, I would guess. No, actually, get away with that. So, grey science. Now, grey science I won't be able to make at all, will I? In which case, military 4 is probably a bit pointless because I would have to set up stone brick production. Because... Or do I? Could I sneakily... Where the heck is the stone brick? So stone brick is being made there. And then it goes up there and stops. So I could spaghetti it around. Go down here maybe somewhere. And bring it over. So if we add another line on. Slightly puzzled as to where they're going. Why are you sticking things in... Why are you sticking red belt in there? Okay. Let's set it up first. Let's stick all the thing there. Did I copy this whole thing? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, okay. So military though is 10 seconds. But so in theory to do 2 a second I could do 20, but I'm really not fussed about doing 2 a second for that. We'll just do 1. So we want 10 in total. What's that? 4, 8. That's 12. Because we'll only need military, you know. Yeah. Sort of occasionally. So it'll sort of back up on the belt, basically. When we're not using it. However, it does have 3 products, I think, doesn't it? Or 3 things to make it. It does indeed. So we've got walls, grenades, and piercing ammo. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's ignoring the blueprints. For some reason. There we go. Right, so grey, take that there, like that. Yeah, so where you get more than this, you know, you've got options basically. You could do something where you're, you know, undergrounding this line, for example, so that your long-handeds can get to a 3rd input lane. But what I generally do is do a separate input here, which still gives us, you know, eventually when we get beacons and we're snapping them in there, they'll still reach these machines. It does mean slightly more spaghetti, but I say it is what it is, really. Right, so I want... Which one should I do on which side? So I guess I could do walls on the outside, couldn't I? Maybe? Yeah, let's do that. So If that ends up being the thing. No. So I want underground here, perhaps. Splitter here. So eventually we'll have walls coming down that way and being fed into the sides like this. Sides, the other side of it. Like so. Yeah. And this then. So that's... Why are you not bringing me them? Oh, I keep wandering out the network, that's why. So if we just stick one of these on the back somewhere. Electric power's in the way, there we go. I keep wandering out the network. Let's put a chest down, an inserter, stick the grey sides in. Excellent. Yes, so we need this to be here, don't we? Now, which is going to be easiest? So we want to make the ammo and the grenades first. But which one's an easier recipe? I think the grenades are the easiest. Because it's coal and iron plate, isn't it, for a grenade? Coal and iron plate, yeah. So, how many in theory would we need to make 1 per second? It's quite a lot, isn't it? Where's grenades? There we are. 8-second crafting time. So to make 1 a second, in theory, we need 8. Crikey. So that would be 2 lots of these. So this is Granata. Mm-hmm. So that's the input line. Because that's the other thing I would need to actually do grey science. I've probably got enough grey science stacked up, have I? How much does military take? 150. Did we have 150? How many have we got left in here? Oh yeah. So I don't actually need to make grey science to do military 4. What does military 4 really give me? It's only the piercing and clusters. And I need 1,000. So I would need to start production for the uranium ammo. I mean that's a bonkers number as well, isn't it? Yeah, it's 2,000. Might be worth thinking more in terms of buffs then. Because what would we do if we... Where's the... Oh, there we go. That needs gold science, doesn't it? 600 though, crikey. So I can't really afford any of them. Let's just do military 4 on principle then, when we eventually get started. Yeah, okay. Okay, so because what I'm umming and erring around is that I would also need to bring in coal, basically. So if you're there. You know, if I'm going to bring in stone brick to do the to do the... that's on the wrong side, isn't it? To do the... what I might do, if I combine those together over here somewhere, that's probably a bit more efficient. But yeah, I'm going to bring stone brick down to do the walls, and I also need to bring coal over to do... where's my things? To do the grenades. Where's my balancers? Oh, I'm going through the wrong thing. There we go. Right, so I want to put, say, one there, and one there, and then we can do that. So one of these is iron plate, which of course I've not got any splitters. Okay. And then one of these is going to be coal. Now where the heck coal is going to be coming from, I don't know. I mean, I could always do... I mean, I could do coal there, I guess. But I need stone brick as well, don't I? One of those will be coal eventually. One will be stone brick. So that's iron plate. And then that's going to be grenades. Okay, do I have that somewhere? Ins and outs. Is that right? Why is that belt going the wrong way? Right. Okay. Yeah, okay. Just trying to think. It feels like I've missed something, but if I have, I don't know what it is. Right then, so this is going to be good old piercing ammo. Like so. Now, we only want 1 a second to feed into our labs. But because it'll be a while before I make any military, we might as well double that, and I can stick them in a chest. Yeah, that makes sense. So, therefore I need, if it's 3 seconds each, I need 6 of these. Oops. Now, do I want to arrange them? Because I could do them all in one line, basically. And then, because this takes, yeah, copper and thingy. Might actually be easier if I do it the other way around. Would that work? Because what I'm wondering, if I just... It's not normally how I would do it, but I know, having spent ages just explaining that I kind of don't do this. But what we could do, we could put outputs of that there. And I say I do want a nice chest for this. I don't want a chest for all of them. Am I out of range again? I got that in the wrong place, haven't I? 1, 2. Yeah, that's one too far up. So I'm going to cut and paste that to be there. So that 1, 2. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, okay. So we'll have the steel and copper come that way. And then we can have... Because how many is it? It's only... It's 1 to 3, isn't it? Is that right? Yellow firearm is 1 second crafting time. So it needs... So if I need 1 per second, so 2 per second because I'm doing twice as much. So it's 2 of them. Yeah. Because this is just iron plate, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, I like this plan. Do so. Could need a bunch of them. Like that. Oops. And might as well put it fast if we're doubling up. So this is going to be steel and copper coming in here. I say we want a nice little passive provider to give us plenty of ammo. Also, I probably want one there because it'll be sufficient. Oh, wrong thing. Sufficiently long that before we're making military properly, as it were. Wait. Okay, so what I need this to be is steel, a mixed. In fact, let's do the same thing here. Of this, so we can put one there. Line that up. So one there, one there, and double that across there. Boop. So we want copper. And steel. The man of. I've been watching the... I'm not really a DC fan, but I've been watching the discussions around the old Snyder Cut. It's been quite interesting and amusing. Seems to be one of those things where people perhaps either love it or hate it. So this wants to be iron plate again, doesn't it? So I'm not a particular fan of DC stuff. But why are you not powered again? It's interesting that they're trying to charge, even though... In fact, how are they charging if that's not got power? How are those bots charging? It doesn't have power, does it? No, there's no power in that. And yet they're going... I guess the internal... Oh, it's got an internal battery, hasn't it? Ah, of course. That's interesting. Right. So these should be being made, shouldn't they? I mean, they're... Don't know why it's not filled these in yet, but there you go. That's copper and steel and regular firearms, and all this sort of stuff. Excellent. Right. So, I mean, this setup won't allow us to double-side the, you know, beacons, but because I'm double producing, it kind of gets around that, if you see what I mean. I guess the question, if I'm going to make stone walls as well, should I go and do that first, or should I set up the production? Let's set up the production first. So, let's see if I can get the spacing right on that. So if that's the beacon there, yeah, that's okay. And this is literally just stone brick, isn't it? Yeah, but it's 5 stone brick. Each one only takes half a second each, though, isn't it? So we can have 2 machines. We could do the same thing. And then, but instead of that, we could have lots of bricks coming down there. Lots of bricks. And perhaps... Oops. Take that up there. And output there. Oops. And one of them. Stack of that. Okay. And this is going to look a bit funky, I think, because we're... I want to balance both of them, but... It's offset a bit, but whatever. Right, so somewhere stone brick will be coming in. I don't know where though, so I'll have to think about that in a moment. So... Oops. Yeah, I'm not sure about that non-sticky. I guess because it's not necessarily belts, is it? That you're putting up those. Right, so we need to bring coal and stone brick over. Oh, they're bringing. Oh, let's just go and do the business. So we want 2 more lines. On our thing here, let's do it up to about there-ish. Oh, I don't want you lot doing it. Right. So, yes, as it were. We need to bring stone brick and coal over, which presumably we are basically using to build our old military sciences. Now what I could do, I could pick all of this up, couldn't I? Now that we're actually ready to make it somewhere else, we don't really need it made here, so we can just sort of get rid of it all. Right, so that's the coal. Oh, coal already goes over there, that's convenient. So, where are the stone bricks? There's the walls being made. Oh, there's stone brick, there we go. Let's just no. Do it that way. So if I take this up here, oh, no, that would be, okay, so, oh, I shouldn't have put them next to each other. Okay, we can put a lad in, although I've not got any. Not feeling too bad at the moment. Well, I don't feel great, but the symptoms are sort of. I keep wanting to call them symptoms. They're not symptoms. They're side effects. I think they're kind of easing a little bit, maybe. Oops. Okay, so they will sort that all out. I've got one. Got a loggy bot again. Let's have a bit of a tidy up, so we don't really need a lot of this stuff. Eventually, I'll do I'll recycle a lot of it. And oh, where did I leave the car? Don't know, wherever. Get some more roboports. What else? I mean, I could put red circuits on there, but obviously got enough of them already. How about we get rid of the mining drills? Don't really need them. I could make a bunch more of these. What am I looking for? There we go. How about we grab some more chests and top up on these. What else? Let's drop that out. wasn't there a thing that I thought they were going to make it so that you could sort of auto add everything on rather than having to do it manually? Maybe I imagined that. Right, so get rid of that ammo, couldn't I? Don't really need that. So eventually I'll recycle it all, and I'll get some requesters going, but we need that technology before we can actually do that. Problem with these, the other problem with these big factories with, you know, big logistic systems is there'll be lots of bots trying to bring me things that are actually close by to me, because they're trying to fulfill the orders from, you know, local chests and all this sort of stuff, so it can get a bit bonkers. And also there'll be a bot assigned, you know, all the way over here that's assigned to bring me, or, you know, from when this was being built, you know, it's assigned to bring me the one inserter, and it's picking it up from a chest over here, so it's, you know, grabbing it and trying to bring it all the way over here, and I'm literally stood next to the chest with all the inserters in. But I say, it beats working for a living. Cool. Oh, like these pickups, there's probably some bot somewhere knocking about that's been given that job, but God only knows where it is. I could whack down a path, couldn't I, to make, if I'm going to be coming back and forth by foot rather than using my car all the time. So why don't we do that? We could sort of just plop down a path along the side. One of the other reasons I don't tend to, there's a whole pollution thing, but I don't tend to put down paths too much, because picking them up again is tedious. If you think about where you're putting the paths, you often don't want them to be permanent things. But say if I'm going to be going back and forth quite a bit, then we might as well do it. What the hell? Let's do up to there. Okay. So I don't quite know why these have taken... What are you doing over here? Is this just not filled in? Yeah, it's this end of it that's not quite done. Cool. Okay, so where do I want to put coal and... Because we could have... I mean, one of these should be stone brick, I think. I can't remember which one's which. So... Which is... So that stone brick is on the inside. So this first one is stone brick. So this is stone brick. And then this is coal. So if we bring coal up there. That'll do. That will do. So I guess everything's okay. Still getting quite a few slow frames again. Right. Now, this is stone break. Where is stone break? It was this one? Fingers crossed. Oh. That won't reach across there, will it? No. No. So you're connected to there. There you go. There you go. And then this one is exactly the same, but this the other lane. Actually, we'll do it. Do it like that. Priority on the right. There we go. So we're not producing anything like enough. Oh, my bots aren't switched on, that's why. I was wondering why it wasn't filling that in, but it's not switched on. So this will be walls eventually. And so we need to go and add coal over here. Now, I decided this one was coal, didn't I? Yeah, so the sort of outside one, nearly there. Outside one is coal, so that's that one. So coal is going to be coming up here. Yeah, so that'll be Granata. I don't know why I did this. Why did I do that and not just plop it there? I'm not well. That's my excuse. Right, next up, blue science. Now, is all blue science all we need? Or I need gold science as well, don't I? Oh well. Will we be able to do that in this stream? That is the question. Actually, that don't work, does it? Because I won't be able... Oh, well, I'll have beacons in there. But beacons won't stretch across that far. Now, blue science does have 3 inputs, doesn't it? So, I don't know if I really want a beacon then, because I don't know, you know, I really produce stuff at that sort of speed. Yeah, these are incredibly hungry for, you know, it's half a second, 5, so it's 10 every second. Each one needs 10 each, so it's 20 stone brick each. And if we have even one set of beacons on them, you know, it's probably more than we're actually going to be sending down this way. Okay, so in that case, blue science is 2 packs, 24 seconds crafting time each. 24 seconds. Now we should have this saved up. So we want 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So there will need to be some land filling, I think, eventually. Let's just pop it there for the time being, I think. Is that powered? No. No, it is not. Yeah, so this actually needs to be blue science. Rather than red. So change that to blue. Blue, blue, blue. Oh. Accidentally disconnected all the wire there. Yes, so we want this on here. And this on here. Like so. Now, they're quite slow, aren't they? So we probably don't need anything more than that thingy. You know, the old regular inserters. Right, let's connect the power up. Stop everything flashing at me. Need a whole load of long-handeds, which I'm still not making, so to handcraft a few. Whoops, apologies for that. Can you buy me game, or is game too much monies? I suppose it's bold. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a chest to put these in. Like so. Now, that's the grey science there, this third one. So, we don't need that anymore. And we can do that. The question really is whether I want to bring sulfuric acid not sulfuric, it's sulfur, because these require sulfur. So red circuit's going to be on the bus. Engine units will be making locally. The question is whether I want to also make sulfur locally, or I want to put that on the bus. Because we have a whole chemical production area. This might not be a bad area for it, actually. So I could put sulfur on the bus. What am I doing with sulfur over here? Like this, basically. So this belt's, you know, doing the job. In fact, actually, why don't I bring that line over? Do I want it? I mean... Yeah, let's let's bring sulfuric acid along on the bus. In which case, because we can have it alongside the coal, basically, we can have sulfuric acid there. In which case, what I could do, I could just take it off in at one point and then split it, maybe. So we could have sulfur come that way. It's a sort of thing, sulfur, where, because we need it for well, we don't need it. I want it for explosives as well. Because I never really used to make rockets. I never used to bother with rockets. But now that Spidertron uses rockets, I do like to make them as well. But we're not going to be making our science area for ages, is one thing. I say that's why, you know, I've got a fluid bus, so I'm going to have, you know, the ability to make sulfur locally. So it kind of comes down to that debate of, you know, where to make things. And of course the sort of other flip side to it, the other factor to the equation, is I'm going to be putting sulfuric acid on the bus. So, oh, it didn't reach. Okay. So if I'm putting sulfuric acid on the bus, you know, fluid bus, then I'm going to be making sulfur somewhere. Oh, no. So why not, you know, have the rest of the sulfur come up the bus eventually. So this will be the sulfur coming in. We'll go do that in a bit. Now what I need to do here is have the other two products. Now one of them is, what's one of them? One of them is, what do they need? It's red circuits. So red circuits are going to, well, they're already on our bus. So where do I want to take them off? I could take them off here, couldn't I? Next to the, could feed them on like that. In fact, will that reach all the way? No, will it? Will it, buggery? So we want balancer there. And then this is going to be something or other. Red circuits. Red circuits. Red circuits. Red circuits. Okay. In which case, all we need to make now, he says, in quotes, is oodles and oodles of engines. Or motors, as I think it calls them. Does it call them motors? No, it does call them engines. Now they are steel, iron gear wheels and pipes. How many do we need? That's the big question. We need 2 engine units every second. No, that's wrong, isn't it? Because we get 2. So how many of these do I have? I have 2, 4, 6. We got, well, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So every 24 seconds, I need to be providing 2 engine units. Yeah. Now they take 8 seconds each or 10 seconds? 10 seconds each. So I need 20 machines making engines. And that means I need... Okay. So this is where the game gets a bit bonkers for me. You know, the production levels. You know, you've been merrily chunking away. So what's that? That's 4, 8, 12. Thinking you're, you know, producing loads of stuff. 8, 12, 16, 20. And it's all going swimmingly. And then suddenly the game asks you to make untold numbers of like engine units and etc. So what we want to do, ideally, easiest. Oops, wrong place. Pick them up. Is to have. Oh, you're in the way. You are in the way. There's always somebody in the way. What about there? See if we can power it. And then pop one over here. And then pop all of them in there. Okay, so we're going to have gear wheels coming down these sides. Confused myself there, so yeah. Now do I need 2 lanes of gear wheels? Probably. Because I need... No, they should be right to split, I think. So that's going to be gear wheels. Oops. We can always sort it. We can always, fiddle about. If it didn't quite work. So this is going to be gear wheels as well. And then coming up here will be a combination of steel and pipes. How about I do that? And then trying to get my head around the structural logistics. No, I don't want that, do I? I want it there. No. Like that. So this will be steel. Steel. So that's steel. Like that. So you're making... Oops. Bit up. You're making motors. Yep. And you want steel there. So you want output there and input there, don't you? And you want input there and output there. So let's copy and paste that. I've probably already copied and pasted that, but never mind. Okay, so everybody's set up to make engines. I'm feeding on those on a... Oh, no. Yeah, that does steel and pipe. What's the other thing I need to be putting on there? What is that? No, that's engines, that's fine. So that's the engine. So this needs to be the cogs. But this needs to be the pipe. Okay. So if that's 2 and then that's 3 and then 1, 2. So there. Now, maths. We need, this is gear wheels, we need 1 a second. That's all. 1 a second is not very much at all. Is that right? Because I'm making 10 of those, so... No, I'm making 20, aren't I? So I need 2 a second. But one machine can do 2 a second. What I might do... Because that's only pipe, don't I? What I could do... Could I? I'm not sure that will quite work. I need double that. What I was thinking about is... Because both of these are just iron plate. And we could have... I don't know, I don't want to get too fancy. Is that going to be on the right side? So that would be... like that, wouldn't it? And then... that needs to be... Oh, no, I can't do that, can I? I could do that. Just a bit something a bit different, something a bit different. So if this is iron plate, will it reach? No, of course it won't. I mean, I guess I could move that whole thing down, swap things around, essentially. So it's that way around. Oops. Yeah, we'll see what happens when they actually start making it. Right, so we want a bunch of them. That. Oops. Ooh. I think I'm losing the plot a bit here. So this needs to be iron plate. Let's see what happens when we hook it all up. There we go. So cogs are certainly going in one direction. And pipes the other. The pipes coming out of here quick enough? Yeah. Are all of you lot getting pipes, etc.? Let's give it a minute to feed through. Yes, all of the machines are running. And it's backing up slightly on the belt. Perfect. Perfectamundo. Excellent. Right, so what we need to do now is go and grab sulfur. Okay. So we'll look at the old inventory, see if there's anything to dump out. Don't think so. Should we take the car? Just might as well take the car, see if we can crash into stuff. Crash into some trees. Right, so what I need to do is add sulfur along there, don't I? Now where is sulfur over here? It's all the way down here. So pick all this up, I guess. What is it that's meant to be coming through here, I wonder? What's meant to be up here? Plastic. Why is there no plastic? Why is there no plastic? Because there's no... nothing there. Nothing there. Why are we not... I mean, they're backed up. Is that causing the problem? Is that full? That's not full. Oh, there's just very little oil, basically. Yeah, so they're now producing plastic. I guess that's a reflection of the fact that I've made a million, added on a million bajillion accumulators, which is all batteries. Okay. That's fine, it's not a problem. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's just run up and see. Put that road down, and now I'm putting the belt over it. That's a sort of problem with roads. Oh no! I wonder what it would be like to actually... Because if you had the old power legs, you know, you'd be chugging along at an enormous rate when you can, you know, stack them all up. It can't be a very pleasant experience to sort of have, you know, be forced to run at that gigantic speed. Right. Sulfur. Oh, I could put the old pod mods in as well. I think you... Oh, you can do it on engines, okay. What about these? I think you can, can't you? Yeah, not pipes then. So I want to stick this all in here first. Picked up by hand. Get rid of that. And then we want to hook this up to our new... Oh, it's already done. It's already done, you should have told me. Oh dear. Just thinking, we might just fall short of restarting science, because to do this one we need yellow. And yellow's a bit tricky to produce. We need a rather bonkers list of ingredients. So what I might do, just so that I can feel like I've actually done what I was intending, because I can actually do quite a lot of researches. We just stop for the principle, really. So I could do something like nuclear power. You know, get that going, because that allows you to do, you know, build reactors and all that stuff. So, and we're going to want to do a bit of nuclear, just for the fun of it. So should we do that? Because we can also do personal battery packs too, which are useful, and you know, I can do, now that I've set up more military, you know, I can do more energy shields and all that sort of stuff. So let's get them going, because then at least science is restarted as per the goal of the stream. How are we doing? You're all filling me up. Thank you very much, my botty friends, as it were. Are accumulators just not being made then, because... Or maybe being made so slowly that... No, there's batteries. There's solar panels. Where is the accumulators? Aren't they being made somewhere bonkers? Like... Oh, there we go, okay. Yeah, so we're just not making any new batteries because got so little oil coming into the system. Oh, also, we have a missing underground. And this is all just because there's so little oil, basically. I'll pick up, here we go. Yeah, it's all a bit pathetic now, isn't it? 214% yield. So that was a bit of a... Oh, I guess I've got... I got that oil over there, I guess. Which all I'm doing with that is, making sulfuric acid out of it. So I could pipe that over. How many? Oh, 110. Lovely. Excellent. How are we doing? Have we got belts and all that sort of stuff? Cool. So yeah, it's just like the occasional dribble of sulfuric acid. As and when sort of thing. Because my other option... I need to go and pick all that up, actually. Do I want to do that now, or... My other option is to grab that, you see, and then sort of pipe it over. We'd have to clear out biters and set up a whole outpost. Well, this is a really nice area with oil, this. Got three crude oils there. Here we go, you see. So this is my putting down the whole, here's where we will produce it, but we've already, that isn't blue sites there, is it? No. So we will... Can you move these? Oops. Can you drag them? No? No. Okay. So the actual blue science is here, isn't it? It's here. That's blue science. Does that make sense? So that's not far off. Green needs to be a little bit further down. So that's green. Let's get rid of that. Shame you can't move the tags, that'd be a lot easier. Why don't we put our labs here? So yeah, this is wrong. As expected, really. So they're actually going to be there somewhere, aren't they? Right. They're still trickling in with a few belts, but I think I'm happy with that. So the question is sort of what I do next, really. So I do need to set up, obviously, yellow science, but we're getting to the phase with the yellow, if not, yellow science is next, really what I should be doing is, setting all of this up and actually doing our trains and all that sort of stuff, because if we're going to do blue circuits, I don't really fancy bringing these over as well. I mean, I could, but seems a bit redundant, really, because there's no there's no oil to really make any more of them, because I need sulfuric acid to to make the blue circuits. So we're going to a stage really where what I need to do next is sort of pull all of these robo ports up, maybe them two as well, and then plan out where we're going to put our train. We can disconnect all of this. We're almost essentially stopping our our temp starter base. We're in that tricky transition period. Because we want to keep it hanging around so that we can make rails for the actual line, and I need to make all of the electric furnaces, and we'll need lots and lots of belt and all that sort of stuff. So that's the next job. I don't know that I want to start it, particularly not with... there's no one watching. So it's not like anyone's going to ask me questions or anything. And we have restarted science. We're making nuclear. We're not doing it. We're not sciencing at a particularly very good rate, but it's happening. I'm dithering. Why am I dithering? Because I'm not sure I can be bothered to start something new. What we could do is go and annoy these biters, finish off these worms, just get that job as a job done. It needs to be done at some point. So what we'll do, we'll switch out shields. So we're going to take out these worms, and that should finish off. I think it's probably all I could do. Oh dear, excuse me. What I can do today. So there we go. There is a science. We have restarted science. Let's do another science. Let's build some landmines, shall we? Well, not build, do the research for landmines. In fact, I could do them, actually. That'd be quite useful to have them sooner rather than later. Yeah. Where's anyone left? Here we go. So one of your always here. All done? All done. Okay. Right then, so let's hop out. Get repaired. So, yes. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I managed to do a hell of a lot more than I thought I was going to, given I wasn't feeling too great at the start of the stream, if I'm honest, but I think the whole side effects thing is definitely... Actually, let's get out the tank, and horribly afraid I'm going to crash into stuff. Yeah, I didn't actually think I would get quite as much done today. I thought I might sort of fall over, basically. But we managed to sort of jerry-rig science back together again, so that we can at least make a little bit more progress. We really need now. In fact, shall we go and do that? I will take down these roboports and etc. while I do my sort of signing off, I guess. I say it has gone quite well, I think, today. Am I a bit... Sorry. I'm almost lying down. I'm actually going to go and have a lie down. Let's do the batteries and stuff as well. But yeah, so we managed to restart science. We've used our starter-based production to sort of kickstart ourselves. What we need to do next time is set up the whole smelting and all of that sort of stuff. It will not... I expect it will take sufficiently long to get that sort of set up that it might not. It might, might be more than a stream's worth, but because the other part to it is bringing in the actual resources. Let's pick them up from. It's just out the range. No. Personal battery packs. Let's do secondary shields. Yeah, I expect it may take more than one stream to set up, because I need to set up all the train unloading, the smelting, the big scale oil production, and once I've kind of built those, this whole bugger's muddle of power poles I had to do, so I don't want to pick up power poles anymore. But yeah, once I've kind of built the areas where I will be processing stuff, that's when I will need to set up the whole proper train network. So I'll set up all the stations first. That's fine. Yeah, set up all the actual stations. Have I not got a single... I didn't pick up a single bot from there. That's weird. Yeah, we can pull all this up as well. I'll get the bots to do it anyway. Yeah, and so that's when we'll go out and do proper outposting in order to bring the raw materials in. How are we doing? So it's nearly 6 o'clock. Yeah, so basically I stream... Bing bong bing. I stream Dyson Sphere program on Friday afternoon after work. So usually 3 till 5. That's a kind of a highlight series. An occasion, not occasional. It's regular, but it's occasional in the sense that It's occasionally in the sense that I'm playing it off stream as well as on stream. So the episodes are sort of where I've got to and trying to do something interesting each time on stream. Although not always. Depends how far I get. I'm at the end game of Dyson Sphere Program. And the end game, well, it's kind of basically that you have to make a Megabase. You know, you can just leave it sat running overnight if you like, but really you need to make a Megabase, which in Dyson Sphere Program terms means exploiting all sorts of planets in your entire galaxy, which is, you know, not sort of complaining about that, but I don't think I've ever used a discharge defense. Let's do some landmines. Yeah, it's you know, a really big production challenge basically. Which is cool. Like, you know, I'm not complaining about that, but so I'm not sure it makes the most interesting of streams because I don't know what I'm doing. Unlike this, I've got, you know, some basic ways of doing things with Factorio. So, how are we doing? So, say I think it's not uninteresting to watch as such. But yeah, so, and then Saturday and Sunday, the weekend, from 3 PM to 6 PM GMT, I stream Factorio, this series, which is my building a Megabase series. I have never made a Megabase before. Oh. Let's just do these. Might as well. Yeah, I've never made a Megabase in Factorio before. Just about 1,600 hours played. Or I guess coming up to 1,700 now. So yeah, you can kind of follow along with the series. I also have a YouTube channel and Twitter, both of which are also on the Trismegists. You can follow me, of course, on Twitch to find out. I mean, I've got stream schedule set up and all that sort of stuff. So if you did want to follow me, you can find out all of that stuff. But I imagine anyone sort of listening to this exact, you know, is actually watching. I'll catch up because there's no one watching live now. And I'm archiving the series to YouTube. It's also archived to Twitch, sort of, in that I'm doing highlights, which I don't think I'm supposed to do that, but or I don't think that's what it's intended for. But yeah, you can also say catch up with me on YouTube. I've been thinking about what other content I could do on YouTube. I want to do stuff that's more scripted. Right, is that every single turret around here? Oh no. There's that as well, I missed that bit. Okay, let's go and grab them then. Yeah, I want to do more sort of scripted stuff on YouTube. Because I am... let's do explosive rocketry as well. I quite enjoy... Oh look, we got some attack here at some point. I don't remember that happening. Okay. yeah, I sort of consider myself to be a writer. It's kind of my job is writing. Although it's technical writing. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be writing fiction, I guess, for you. Well, maybe I could. The problem always comes down to the editing. I find that to be very, very slow. More than a little bit tedious. Yeah, so, as I say, if you have been watching, thank you for doing so. Fortunately, Jack the Epic, I know you followed, and feel free to unfollow if you ever see this again. I won't be buying you a copy of Factorio, I'm afraid, or anyone a copy of Factorio, or giving away keys or anything. I don't really intend to. Although, when you become an affiliate, do you get monetization? I don't know. I don't really know how it works. It's all just a hobby for me. It's not intended. I would quite like to build up a little community of people who do catch up with the streams, every so often. That'd be quite nice, I think. But so I've no illusions of becoming a streamer or a YouTuber or anything like that. Let's just start that research. That's quite expensive, is it? Yeah, reasonably so. Okay. But yeah, so say if you have been watching, thank you for doing so. I hope you've enjoyed it. There was something interesting or entertaining, or it was a good background, or whatever. More than happy with all of those. Yeah, so if you have been watching, thank you for doing so, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.